Hello, everyone. It is May 9th, Saturday, the day before Mother's Day, which is May 10th, which coincides actually with Mexican Mother's Day. Mother's Day in Mexico is always celebrated on the 10th of May, regardless of the day it lands, and it's always a holiday, so people have off that day. So this year, Mexican Mother's Day and American's Mother's Day coincide on the 10th. So I'm going to go see my mom tomorrow. She let me know she wanted some food. She originally was saying that she wanted food from Red Lobster because she loves Red Lobster. But then there's also this Italian restaurant. She absolutely loves their lasagna and all their food. And their minestrone soup. So I'm going to go get it for her tomorrow. And we'll have a picnic out on her patio eating some wonderful Italian food. Having kind of like a late lunch or early dinner tomorrow. So that's the plan. Other than that, I majorly exercised today. I walked the beast monster, Trinity here. Gave her a almost 7-mile walk. By the time I walk her again tonight, we will have hit 7 miles. So, which is great. It's putting me in shape, but it's getting her in shape. And we're both getting in shape. And woo, my feet right now, just getting in, are throbbing. I didn't do all 7 miles at once. I did 2 in the morning, about 1 mile this afternoon, and then basically almost 4 miles just now. So, and I do a combination of walking, speed walking, and then sprints. So, got my calorie burn for the day. I also did grocery shopping because I have not really grocery shopped in almost 2 weeks, and I realized the fridge was looking empty, and so was the pantry. So I was like, I better stock up. So I blew over $100 in groceries today, which is for me a lot considering I usually go to the Mexican grocery store and everything's so inexpensive there. But I just needed to stock up on pantry items because I've basically eaten my way through the pantry. That's what happens when you eat every day at home. Interesting things that they were out of ramen noodles. The stores were out of ramen noodles. Go figure. That spaghetti, that pasta, but they were out of, the package. They had the ramen noodles in a cup, but they didn't have the packaged one. It's like, I guess ramen noodles are popular, or they haven't been able to get any in. And also, normally, they're like $5 for $1, and they're like $3 for $1. Well, that's the price that was on there, and they were completely cleaned out. Go figure. But yeah, I hit my Mexican grocery store to get some fresh produce because it's much cheaper there, and get some meat because it's much cheaper there. And then I hit not the Kroger that's by me because I'm so sick of their lack of proper PPE, their masks are worn as necklaces there. So I went to the Kroger that is off of Maple Avenue, which is a much larger Kroger. It's a very nice store. And they do seem to be handling things a little bit better there. So it's just stocked up on stuff and frozen goods. And so I'm set probably for the next 2 weeks. So that was my exciting day. Yay! I've been thinking a lot about, the reopening and how it's affecting everybody. And of course, today, again, yesterday, today, this entire week, we're almost triple what we were 2 weeks ago, or now almost 3 weeks ago. And today we broke in North Texas 10,000 cases of COVID-19 for the whole metropolitan area. Dallas County is being the highest. We broke over 5,000 cases, but for the whole metropolitan area, the suburbs included, and so the surrounding counties, we broke over 10,000. And one thing that's interesting is they do post who all died. There's a lot of people who are dying that are in their 40s and 50s and 30s. It's surprising. Yes, a lot of older people in like nursing homes have died, but there's this other group that's like the 30 to 50 age range and of course it mentions if there was underlying health conditions, and a lot of times there wasn't. So it's surprising that this virus here in North Texas is not discriminating based on age. Few people in their 20s. And a few in their, like 1 or 2 in that have passed away in their teens, but like from 30 on up. So it's a little bit more, maybe I understand that there's slight mutations to the virus. There always is to every virus, but apparently whatever's happening here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, it does seem to be affecting younger people, or it's maybe because younger people are being more careless about it. So, startling. I don't know what the solution is. There doesn't seem to be, even though we've had this spike, there is no talk about maybe shutting down for a little bit to try to get it under control, because there's still occupancy at the hospitals. So I guess until the hospitals fill up, they're going to let us keep going like this. So, and then of course I read on stuff like how other countries have handled it successfully, like New Zealand and Iceland and Greenland and the Faroe Islands. Granted, they're smaller countries, but they pretty much almost eradicated the coronavirus there. But what they did, Iceland did it a little bit differently, but what those other countries did is they basically shut everything down, even more so than we were shut down here, to just wipe it out. So everybody stayed put, and they tested, and they're still testing, like over 20% of the population in these countries have been tested to be able to identify who has it, who's recovered, where everybody is. And they pretty much have eradicated it. I mean, they're like no new cases, or maybe one case or two cases. That's it. And there's practically nobody at the hospital, and or everybody that was sick has recovered from it and maybe died, but there's no new cases or no new people under treatment. So good for them. I wish we'd been a little bit more draconian, because it is doable, but you have to have a population that is willing to do it. And fortunately or unfortunately, these countries have a more educated population. So maybe, they don't buy into all the bizarre conspiracy theories and all the craziness that us Americans love to get involved with. And there isn't this thing of like, oh, my personal human rights of, I mean, it's funny because they are open, free societies with free speech, yet people understand the responsibility of free speech and being responsible. So that's my diatribe for the United States. Other than that, I should have cleaned house, but I ended up walking a lot. It's funny because the dog requires a minimum of, this breed requires, a Catahoula is what she is. They require a minimum of 2 hours of exercise a day. And today we've got like 3.5 hours of exercise a day. So, yeah, so she's in shape and I'm in shape. It's funny, last night, again, every time I look at this dog, but under the correct light, and she was sitting on the bed, and she kind of moved. It was just like a ripple of muscles through her abdominal area. I was like, damn, that dog's in shape. I mean, she's so muscular. But I love it because we're both getting in shape. I still got the middle portion going, but yeah. I did see an update on my sex solicitor, the homeless guy that, I saw 2 days in a row, basically. I saw him again. He shaved. This sounds terrible. He's actually kind of a handsome guy. He still looked like he was drugged out of his mind, mind you. And he kind of waved at me because I was walking the dog and he was walking on the street in the opposite direction. And he just kind of like waved at me like in a drugged stupor state. I think he was trying to get my attention, but alas, he did not get it. But the other thing is, like, I'm curious. He always carries with him this canvas bag from Target. It has like a big old Target logo on it. It's like, and it looks like there's something in it. I can't tell what, because whatever is flat and thick, kind of like an oversized book, can you imagine like a big encyclopedia book inside? Because it looks so hard, and I don't know what it is, but it's just like, inquiring minds want to know what the heck is in that Target bag. So yes, I saw the guy, and as I said, I don't know if he actually recognized me or he's still trying to hustle, but he was walking away from the Kroger store, so he wasn't heading towards it, so maybe his shift was done. Sex solicitation at the Kroger parking lot, I don't know, but that's the update. Oh, my life is exciting when I'm keeping track of the homeless. And what they're doing and what they're up to. So sad, but that's life with the coronavirus. Yay! All right, I'm gonna clean kitchen. Maybe make a fajitas is what I'm gonna make later on tonight, because they had skirt steak on sale for $3.99 or $4.99. I forget how much it was in my Mexican grocery store. So I'm going to make myself some fajitas tonight and probably have leftovers. That's the thing about when you're living by yourself. Skirt steaks don't come in small pieces. They come in this huge piece. So I'll just cook. Maybe I'll cut it in half and freeze it and cook just half of it. Anyway, but yeah, I'm going to be making fajitas tonight. So yum, yum, yum. A trivia bit. When I grew up in Mexico, I never met a fajita. It wasn't until I came to Texas and where I tasted fajitas for the first time. And everybody thinks it's such a typical Mexican food. And what's interesting is they now serve fajitas in Mexico because we have exported that to Mexico. But growing up, we had something similar called a parrillada, which is a grilled meat, but it was always done like a little grill on the table. kind of like a hibachi, but it's put on your table, and the meat was grilled mostly, and then they finish grilling it at the table. And you usually have a variety of meats, like chicken and beef, and maybe pork or sausage or shrimp or something on it. It was served on the table, and then you kind of make tacos with it, similar to fajitas, but we call them parrilladas. But the true fajita, like we know it, is actually very much an American invention, as are nachos. Because I remember when I came to the United States, I went, "What the heck is a nacho?" Because nacho is a nickname for somebody named Ignacio. So it was like, "What is a nacho? And why would you eat a nacho?" And how interesting! You eat nachos. So I remember just hearing good people, I want to eat some nachos. I was like, but you're not gay. And who's nacho? Which nacho? You know several nachos? Anyway, kind of a random thought. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you want to be notified every time I post a video, ring that bell. And my rule of thumb, I really want to get 100 subscribers. I'm in the mid-40s right now. So share this video with people. If you've seen more than 2 of these, go ahead and subscribe. It won't hurt you, but it does help me. So I would very much appreciate it if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then, as I say, if you want to be notified every time I post a video, then you would ring the bell. But at least like it. Muy agradecido de mi parte. I'm very grateful on my part if you were to do so. Well, buenas noches, good night, and if you don't see this tonight and you see it tomorrow during the day, either good morning or good afternoon. And I'll do my regular sound of logging off as I find the button to turn off the camera. Bye!